What's up, guys? Welcome to Life Knowledge. My name is Justin Alphabet. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe down below. Stay to the end of the video so you get all the information that you need. Today we're going to be talking about betrayal. Thank you guys for watching today. Today we're going to be talking about betrayal and what to do after you've been betrayed. And it's pretty straightforward, and most people do this on their own already. But if you're kind of struggling and you've been cheated on, or you've been broken up with, or your heart is hurting right now, sometimes it's hard to figure out what to do next. What's your next step? Where you're going to go? And so I'm going to tell you guys what to do next to help your situation. And I have some thoughts and ideas on this that I want to share with you guys. So when you're betrayed, it hurts. It hurts a lot. I've been betrayed before by people very close to me. And I now am in a different mindset about betrayal. I kind of really enjoy being betrayed, because then it shows who the snakes are. When people show their true face, when people show you who they really are and they betray you, it's amazing, because then you don't have to keep developing a relationship with them where, you're putting time and effort into somebody and they don't put time and effort into you, or whatever it might be, right? Then you can weed out the good stuff from the bad stuff, essentially. The good people from the bad people. So be grateful that this person betrayed you in a way, kind of a weird, sick way, but be grateful that they betrayed you, because you would have kept investing in them. You would have kept putting effort into them. You would have, put more time and effort and wasted more time and effort. And that time and effort that you have is valuable and precious. Whatever you're giving to other people is valuable and precious. Your time is precious. Your energy, all that you are, is precious. Every single person on the earth is unique, and you are unique, and you're one of a kind, basically. So the energy and effort that you put into them, they won't ever get from any other type of person or anybody ever again, because you're one of a kind, right? So let's start working on making sure that we find people who will invest in us just as much as we invest in them. And a couple of ways that I've done that for myself is, as dumb as this sounds, I've looked into zodiac signs and made sure that my zodiac sign is compatible with your next partner, or the person, friends that you choose or whatever. Make sure that their zodiac signs are semi-compatible with you, or whatever, that you aren't going to have someone who's going to eventually stab you in the back or whatever, right? That's important. Not everybody believes in those, but I've done a lot of research on it, and I've been checking with all my friends to see if they're compatible with me or whatever. And all the ones that have stuck around are compatible with me. All the ones that have not been compatible with me are no longer around. So it's been pretty accurate, even though I just barely checked it, right? So that's one way you can protect yourself from being betrayed in the future. And on top of that, that's not fully accurate. You have to make sure that these are healed people as well. Second thing you want to do is make sure that people are healed of their past traumas. A lot of people's past traumas will manifest themselves in relationships or interpersonal relationships between friends and family and things like that. And romantic relationships as well. You'll get triggered because of, the way you've been treated in the past by other people that you know, and people you grew up with, and experiences that you've had. For example, let's say you were bullied, right, in middle school or something like that. And let's say someone made fun of my red hair in middle school. If I hadn't taken care of, those feelings, if someone said something mean about my hair or something like that, then I would still get defensive or hurt if someone said something rude about my hair, right? But I've done the work. I've, come to terms with that. And, if I was bullied, then I no longer care, right? I'm above that. I'm past that. And then if people say things that are mean or unkind, I don't really care anymore. So the way that you do that is you could write a letter to your bully. You can talk it out with a therapist and tell them how you feel about that and unpack that. And typically when you have something that's hurting you, or something that you don't like, or something that triggers you, it's because you've suppressed that and you've held that emotion in and down, and you need to let it out. You need to let those emotions out of you so that they don't stay inside of you. When an emotion stays inside of you that's negative, it's kind of like a volcano. The more times that someone, says something rude about my hair and I don't, let out what I feel or what I want to say about that, the more that pressure inside that volcano will build up and want to explode. And so you need to express yourself and verbalize those things to somebody, or write them down in a journal, or cry it out, or whatever, cry those negative emotions out, come to terms with it, start telling yourself the opposite of that. Tell yourself, I love myself, I care about myself, I love my red hair, I love my hair, I love everything about me, sort of things like that, to replace what was in there previously inside of your, heart or your feelings. Swap those negative feelings for positive feelings, and you'll feel much better. You'll be able to have confidence in your, hair, or whatever it might be, in yourself, or who you are, and you'll love yourself for specifically who you are, because you're unique and you're one of a kind. And with betrayal, it's oftentimes there's things that our betrayer says to us that hurts us, and holds us down and holds us back. And these are ways that you can, so far, just that I've told you about so far, that you can do to make sure that you don't get betrayed again in the future. What most people do after a betrayal is they focus on self-trust, because you can trust yourself more than you can trust anybody else. You have your best interests at heart for the most part. Sometimes you might not do everything perfectly. Sometimes you might, if you're supposed to take out the trash or do the dishes or whatever, you might not do it right away, and that's fine. But as you, start to better your life, as you focus on yourself, as you take your energy back from your betrayer and you put it into yourself, you'll start to level up, and you'll start to use that energy towards making yourself better and building self-trust, is what that's called. You'll have self-leadership, self-trust, self-care, self-love. And when you focus all the energy back on yourself, instead of all the energy that you focused on them, you'll start to grow. And then as you get to a place where you're okay and you're able to trust people again in the future, then you can start doing that. But don't ever start going for people. Don't rebound in relationships. Don't do that kind of thing, because it's just toxic and it's going to hurt you more than it's going to help you. Rebound relationships are never healthy. If you find someone that you like, just wait, because you're going to ruin that relationship if it's a rebound. You have to make sure you're healed and you're whole before you start going after other new people. Because if you don't, then you're going to just have the repeat of the same cycle. Imagine 2 cups, right? We have 2 glasses of water, right? You can only attract someone who has the same level of water in their cup as you do, typically, for a relationship to last. So let's say your cup is half full, you'll be able to attract someone who has a half full cup as well. Or, like, for example, if you attract someone who does have a full cup and you have a half cup, then they're going to pour some into you, and you're going to pour some back, but you won't have as much. And so they'll realize that you don't have as much to give them, and so they will leave you. So that sucks. So don't do that. Make sure your glass is full and their glass is full, and then you can both pour into each other into a different cup. That's your relationship, or something like that. That's called interdependency in relationships, and I have videos about that as well if you want to research interdependency. So interdependency is basically 2 healed people who pour into a third cup, which is their relationship. Both of them pour a little bit of feminine energy and masculine energy into the cup, and then that, is what is the relationship, and it grows together. And a codependent relationship is when, both people don't have a full cup and they're just pouring back into each other, and they pour the whole thing. Like, for example, a feminine person pours their whole cup into a masculine cup, and a masculine cup pours all of its contents into a feminine cup. And so we have a feminine cup with full masculine energy and a masculine cup with full feminine energy. And that's not the original state of a feminine-masculine dynamic. And so ultimately the relationship ends. And that could be a cause of betrayal. It could be a cause of, cheating, or whatever it might be. So next time that you choose a relationship, make sure that you're focusing on making sure your cup is completely full, and that you attract someone who has a full cup as well, fully healed. You're going to be lonely for a little while. You're going to be upset. You're going to be sad. Watch some, sad movies, cry it out, go to the gym, let out your anger and your hurt and your frustration. Don't text your ex. Go no contact. If you're in a relationship, leave that person who betrayed you behind. If you've been betrayed by a friend or family member, and don't reach out. Don't talk to them. Don't try to settle anything with them. If you need to talk to them, write them a letter and then burn it, so that you don't have to speak to them, and you can write out all your feelings, let everything out, and you don't have to get sucked back into a negative situation. Try that. And then also you could go to one of those smash houses. They have like sledgehammers where you can like smash TVs in America. I don't know if they have that everywhere else, but you can maybe find one of those, like a smash house. That'd be fun. Or just, try to smash something yourself, or go shooting in the woods, or do something to let out energy and negativity, and go to a boxing gym, punch a punching bag that, you imagine is your ex or your betrayer or cheater or whatever you want to call them. And, do something like that. That'll help you feel more happier and healthier. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have the day you deserve. Let's level up, and I'll see you in the next one.